Hey guys, welcome back to Loop Hub. Today we'll talk about the most disgusting moments on Dr. Pimple Popper that made us shudder. Let's head into it. Number 1. Paul Duke. Lee began submitting videos to YouTube in 2010, but it wasn't until 2015 that she began to post regularly after she realized the popularity of her Instagram posts of skin extractions. Lee offers patients cheap or free treatment in exchange for formal client authorization to record and post content. The move to make future material subscription-based garnered criticism in late 2019. She explained that YouTube had restricted advertising in the channel's videos that generally contain offensive material, forcing the channel to seek alternative revenue. One of the patients, named Paul Duke, has been leading a typical life until he noticed a growth on the back of his neck. Paul claimed that he first observed the growth when he was a teenager, when he reflected on his past. While the bulge did not give him any discomfort, everything changed when Paul began to experience pain nearly 10 years ago. Doctors discovered that he had an underlying issue affecting his sciatic nerve. Paul was recommended to take steroids to aid with the pain. He saw that as the discomfort subsided, the growth grew in size. It got to the point that he couldn't move his head. Paul stated that it had harmed his self-esteem as well as his ability to work. Paul became a punchline as a result of the bump. At the same time, Paul disclosed that because he worked as a heavy vehicle driver, the bump required him to move his full body to the side while changing lanes, putting him in danger of an accident. Paul chose to seek help from Dr. Sandra Lee because he was afraid that things would stay the same. Dr. Lee is recognized for her ability to heal bumps, boils, and tumors, but she was unprepared for what Paul had in store for her. Dr. Lee initially mistook the bulge for a buffalo hump or a lipoma when she examined it. A buffalo hump is a mass of fat on the back of the shoulder that forms over time. A lipoma, on the other hand, is a benign fat tumor that can appear anywhere on the body. Dr. Lee opted to make a cut to investigate what was going on to make sure she got it correct. She identified the growth to be a lipoma as soon as she performed the cut. Dr. Lee was relieved to see that the lipoma was forcing its way out. She revealed that it was caught inside because it had been on the back for nearly a decade. Dr. Lee struggled to keep things neat while trying to pull out all the lipoma out of the pocket. She admitted that it was the most complicated lipoma she'd ever seen. Despite this, she persisted and told Paul that the lipoma in its pocket would be removed completely. Dr. Lee was successful after spending a long time trying to remove the lipoma. She patched up the wound so it would heal quickly. When Paul glanced at his back after the surgery, he was relieved to realize that the remainder of his days will be happier and easier. Number 2. Roger. Dr. Sandra Lee has been quarantined at home, but that hasn't prevented her from caring for her patients. Dr. Lee has been helping her patients understand what they've been going through via video call. Roger was one of the patients she was surprised to meet, despite the fact that she had helped many others. Roger has been dealing with 2 grapefruit-sized tumors on his nose for almost 11 years. Roger reported the bulge began as a sore on his nose that became infected in a video he submitted to Dr. Lee. It has increased throughout time, but it peaked in the previous 3 years. Roger had to learn to use his left hand because his right hand was constantly occupied with making sure the lumps did not get in the way of eating and speaking. Roger further said that he now breathes through his lips since the tumor covers his nostrils and prevents him from breathing through them. Roger's brother was quick to point out that the lumps have had an impact on his life since he is frequently furious, unhappy, and reluctant to leave the house. Roger stated that his health has prevented him from finding work. He recalls being kicked out of a store because the owner claimed he was frightening customers. A similar occurrence occurred when the house owners did not want him around the children because he scared them. Roger grew teary-eyed as he recalled these events. Adding to the weight of the lumps can be excruciating at times. Dr. Lee realized she had to assist him after seeing how he was struggling. She did, however, wanted to see where it was fastened first. Roger was able to remove the lumps, and Dr. Lee determined that he had rhinophima. Dr. Lee said it was a particularly severe instance of rhinophima, one she had never seen before, despite the fact that she had removed it from the noses of many patients. Prior to this, she requested that he undergo scans in order to determine whether the lumps had caused any harm to his nose. She intimated that the next time she sees Roger, he might be able to come back if he loses some weight. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it, hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.